Well, hey guys, it's me, and my first ever video. Let me introduce myself before we get into my OC. I'm Soul, I go by any pronouns, I'm pansexual, and I really enjoy drawing. I also take joy in writing and coming up with concepts for my own characters, or to help others with their own projects. And I also roleplay. I'm a fan of How to Train Your Dragon, Welcome Home, Steven Universe, Gem Galaxies, Undertale, Cookie Run Kingdom, Dandy's Road, Cub Scouts Flamingo, Card Kenshin, and Roblox. Now, I think that's all about me. If there's any questions, just, not any personal ones, you can comment down below. But let's go on to my OC, the Flora gem, named Lyrite. And another thing to mention is that I also will be covering his corruption form, so there will be that too. Now, Lyrite is a fluorite, as I've said before, and I know in the show fluorites are fusions, but this guy's actually from Gem Galaxies. And their fluorites look way different from the caterpillar. No hate though, I still love the Steven Universe caterpillar, but my fluorite still has his own origins and, all of his things. And so now in his backstory, he's made for Cobalt Lace Diamond's line called the Melancholy. These gems possess more of Cobalt's concentrated light, which allows gems in this line to have increased ice abilities, where if they feel a certain emotion, they may freeze up literally or figuratively. And they're all blue. Back to Lyrite, he was made on a planet basked in darkness and dim moonlight. Once he came out, he was immediately escorted to his station, his own ship, fleets, etc. Now, fast forward 3,000 years. And during that time, he made two closer co-workers, an emerald and a favorable scapolite. Though there was a rebellion, one that went against the Diamond Authority and its laws. And Lyrite was targeted due to his rank, because, the rebels thought if we get rid of, one of the ones in Cabal's lineup, they'll be able to show some kind of strength. So, but almost nobody was able to get a chip damage, like any kind of damage into him. But during the ongoing war, the Scapolite was shot down, supposedly assassinated by a group of rubies, and a few years pass, Lyrite's fairly sad by this, since the Scapolite was actually a huge part in actually helping him with where to find rebels. But then came, the final great rebellion war, and was one of just the biggest wars. But the Emerald was killed in the last fight, and Lyrite eliminated mass amounts of rebels because of the grief he felt for his friend, the Emerald. But the diamonds, Cobalt Lace Diamond and Chartreuse Diamond, decided it was time to end the war by blasting off the planet entirely, which was Earth. And they just got rid of it fully, out of their way, due to its rebel-infested areas. Earth was a really popular place for the rebels to reside in, so. Lyrite escaped before Chartreuse and Cobalt managed to blow Earth just away. He slowly started to spot just how messed up everything was, and in the Diamond Authority and stuff. But his rebellion led to his rejuvenation, and that gained his face markings, which I'm pretty sure is on the Lyrite drawing. So, and while protecting a really high-ranked reef, he learned how to move with more agility with one of the emeralds that were retired and just being there, and And I think that's actually all. Yeah, that's Lyrite. Hi guys. I'm going off script only because apparently CapCut was like, we're not gonna give you the speed paint of corrupted Lyrite. So then I'm like, well, crap then. So you're just gonna see the image of corrupted Lyrite when I talk about him. I don't know how to fix it, but if anyone has tips for it, then you can always just put it in there. I don't even know, dude. But oh yeah, I just wanted to say that because it might be a little awkward. So back to the video, guys. Now we have corrupted Lyrite's picture. I might not say too much about this. This is more of a possibility because Lyrite being buffed, he's not he's not exactly the most the best thing to beat. Okay, that doesn't make sense, but you know what I mean. What is it? So I'm gonna be stating more of the facts about him, but for basic info, he probably wouldn't Wait, what the fuck? What am I saying? Okay, basic info. You probably would have broken down, which would have caused it. Like, when, when, like, a gem's, like, mental, or quote-unquote mental health, is, like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Hold on. When, like, they kind of just break down, gem, when a gem's under too much pressure, and they might break. I don't think that's how it went, but somewhat along those freaky, something along those lines. Cause he's also like overall a very sturdy gem. So corrupted or not, he's gonna be a tank. And I didn't really have a reference. This is like the only thing, which is the image behind me probably. So, but I did make like a sound effect thing, which I think I talked about. I think. So I'm gonna be playing that after this. Okay, you see those tears in his eyes? That's because Lyrite is trying to block himself from, like, damaging any other gems that happen to be in, like, the same area as him. Because he knows if he gets them, they ain't coming back for, like, a month. Like, they're gone. They're gonna be in commission for a little bit. And, the little, you see his little silver band on top? That's actually a representation or a symbolism of how, since he's also, like, because of how, he, like, breaks himself in a way, like, I'll explain it. Because, silver is, like, very, effective to ice. And since Lyrite is mainly ice-based, silver, literally on him, is kind of like, oh yeah, bro's... He keeps overloading himself with paperwork, missions, and a lot of other things to distract himself from the repeating cycle he has to be in. What is it? What else? Also subtly. I don't know. Okay, I'm really bad at reading the script, but he destroys himself subtly. You know how, like, that, like, when you put silver or steel or something, like metal, to an ice cube, it slowly just melts. But, like, it doesn't, like, it might take a little bit to see it. What is it? Yeah. And he also has, like, he has little tentacle. Like, basically replacing his legs. And claws, 2 sets of arms. Yeah, 2 sets. And he also grew a pair of horns on his cheeks. Or his jaw. And also his top horns curl a little bit more. Or bend. He's also 12'3" now. So that's... yeah, but I think that's all I have. I'm gonna show the sound effects, and we'll come back and we'll do the outro. I hope you guys liked the sound effects. I did work pretty hard on it, so I'm pretty proud of it. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. Have a nice day or night. See you guys in my next one if I ever make another video. So goodbye.